Main event time. Max Blessed Holloway versus Arnold the Almighty Allen. Max Blessed Holloway, the pride of Waianae, Hawaii. 23 wins, 7 losses, 10 wins by KO, 2 by submission, and 11 more by ass-beating decisions for the most part. His last loss was against the legend, the great, the GOAT, Alexander Volkanovski, at least one of a few. Before that, a harrowing beating of Yair, a harrowing back-to-back beating of Yair Rodriguez. What a crazy-ass back-and-forth fight that was. Both of them ended up in the hospital by the end of that fight. And the legendary performance against Calvin Kattar, where he yelled in the middle of the octagon, in the middle of dodging punches, "I am the best boxer in the UFC." A sight, a clip, a moment that will live in infamy forever. Arnold Allen, on the other hand, up-and-comer, really starting to make a name for himself, put the beats on Dan Hooker, put the beats on Calvin, kind of put the beats on Calvin Kattar, but Calvin Kattar kind of finished himself in that fight. Coming out of England, Felixstowe Suffolk.
Wasn't that the fight where Kattar got injured?
Yeah. Sorry, he blew his knee out in the second round. But he was getting pieced up a little.
Sorry, got it. Yes.
Yeah. Led 19 wins, 1 loss, 7 wins by KO, 4 wins by submission, 8 more wins by decision. The man has been on a ridiculous win streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 fight win streak. 10 of those in the UFC, which is fucking madness. Again, most recently to Calvin Kattar and Dan Hooker, Sadiq Youssef, and Nick Lentz before that. Even Gilbert Melendez found his scalp on Arnold Allen's resume. What are the odds here? Because Max Holloway has been off for some time. Obviously, Volkanovski put the beats on him the last time, so it wasn't the greatest performance, I guess, for an odd maker to really give confidence to Max Holloway versus Arnold Allen here. But I would expect and wouldn't be surprised if this is a close line, but Arnold Allen very well might be the edged out favorite here, I would imagine.
They gave the respect to Max. Or, I don't know where it started. Either it was them or the public gave the respect to Max, but he's a fairly healthy favorite. He's minus 185. Arnold Allen is plus 155 as the underdog.
Whoa, that's not. I didn't think we were going to go above 120 either direction, so that's very surprising. Okay, who?
It is your turn, sir.
It's my turn.
Yep.
I love this fight, man. I love this fight. Arnold Allen presents a lot of amazing opportunities here. I think the crazy thing about Allen is that he's been so dominant and so good in his fights that, we've seen Max Holloway go through the fire. We've seen Max Holloway make adjustments and come back. And we've also seen Max Holloway take beatings at this point. We've seen one side of Arnold Allen. We've seen domination. We've seen him win decisions. We've seen him finish guys, but we've never really seen Arnold Allen in a ton of trouble. We've never seen Arnold Allen with blood dripping down his face from getting beat on and coming back to win a fight. These are all possibilities going down in a Max Holloway fight. Max Holloway's hands are nothing to sneeze at. He might not be somebody that will knock you out with one punch, but by the time you realize that 8 punches have hit you, you might find your ass on the ground. Max Holloway is a beast still. I know he's taking some time off. I think he needed the time off. I don't think that his drive to get his belt back has waned by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, I think the time off has got to have made him even hungrier, especially seeing the state of the division and kind of how things are passing him by. And Arnold Allen is hungry, man. This is a kid who is found himself in a position that he's wanted to be in his entire career. He's got the names on his resume now. He's got the opportunity in Max Holloway to truly show that he belongs with the top guys, that he belongs with the champions. And I think we've all said before that we believe Arnold Allen could be champion one day, and this is that moment where he gets to prove it to us one way or another. I think it's a tall order for Arnold Allen. I still have a lot of confidence in Max Holloway. I don't think I can really pick against Max Holloway. This might be one of those emotional picks because Arnold Allen has the tools to beat Max Holloway. I fully believe that. I don't think this is a mismatch. I don't think this is feeding him to the wolves. I don't think any of that. I think Arnold Allen is exactly where he needs to be. I think this is definitely the type of fights that Arnold Allen should be having. But I think Max Holloway, in my opinion, is the better fighter. I think his angling, his movement, his volume will all be too much for Arnold Allen. I also think the championship experience and his ability to adjust in the fight will also probably play a big role in this 5-round fight. And I think Arnold Allen might just get a taste of what the championship caliber is really about at this division, because I do think there is a large discrepancy with the top of this division and everyone else. So I think Arnold Allen is gonna put on a fight. I think it's gonna be a close fight. I do think Max Holloway will drop a couple rounds in this fight, but I think he ends up unanimously victorious in the end. I'm gonna go with 40. What is it? 48-47. Unanimous decision. Max Holloway.
I feel very similarly to you. Arnold Allen is a stud. He has walked through dudes getting to this point. He is absolutely deserving of an opportunity like this. I'm glad that he's getting it. But I think that it's easy to underrate Max a bit right now because of the Volk loss and the fact that he can't get that belt anymore. But you got to remind yourself that Volk is legitimately unreal, and that him beating Max doesn't really indicate any issue on Max's end. Max is still Max. He's going to be 3 inches taller here, but he will actually have a 1-inch reach disadvantage to Allen. I think Allen is a bit too wild and I don't want to say unpolished, because he's not that. He's great. But in comparison to Max, I think Allen leaves openings that Max can exploit to land some big combos and things like that. Allen could certainly try to go the wrestling route, but it ain't easy to out-wrestle Max Holloway. He's shown that before. And I really think the fact that it's a 5-round fight with Max Holloway, is a really difficult mountain to climb, because Max ain't going away. He's going to be there in round 4 in your face. He's going to be there in round 5 in your face. He's impossible to finish. I don't know if I trust Arnold Allen to still be pushing in rounds 4 and 5 after 15 minutes of the pace that Max Holloway pushes, which leads me to think that even if Arnold Allen is, say, up 2-1 after 3 rounds, that Max is still going to take that fight. And I'm not even convinced Allen would be up 2-1. So I really trust Max as this fight goes on. Not to mention Arnold Allen breaks his hands in like half of his fights. So having to go 5 rounds hitting Max Holloway's rock head is probably not the greatest deal for Arnold Allen's hands. So as random as that take sounds, I'm pretty strongly on Max here. I know Allen is undefeated. Undefeated in the UFC, one loss overall. I know there's a lot to like in his game. I'm on Max. I've now taken Edson Barbosa and Max back-to-back here, and I've said before that one of my Achilles heels in these picks is that sometimes I trust the vets too much, so we'll see what happens here. But I'm going to do it again. Give me Max Holloway. I'll say I could see it being a UD. I could see it even being a late stoppage, depending on what level of cardio we see from Arnold Allen as this fight goes on. But I will say a UD victory for Max Holloway.